Hey guys, welcome to another Fish Tech show. Nice short one today. Saw something really interesting on Facebook, and I think it's really appropriate because it's a topic that I've really been trying to focus on as much as possible recently, and that is contour data accuracy. 1 foot precision contours versus low interpolation contours. It's a big difference, a big difference. It's probably going to take a couple of months, if not a couple of years, for everyone to really get the hang of it and really understand what is going on. But a friend of mine on Facebook, Neville Barnard, he's a very well-known carp angler, a very successful carp angler. He's got a very good following on social media, so he's somebody that a lot of people follow. So I strongly recommend, if you don't follow him, please, you must follow this guy. If you're a carp angler, you need to go and see what Neville's up to. He's always on the cutting edge of things. He's trying out new things. He's still in the phase of many new things. They're going out on boats and they're fishing off boats as opposed to just sitting on the shore. That's a whole technique that they're really developing at this point. There's quite a few guys like Louis Brits and guys like that are really having great success with that and really pushing the envelope with regard to that. But I want to show you a post of his. This is really interesting. Here's his page in the background, as you can see. Beautiful fish there. Shame he had a little bit of an incident coming home today, but he's all okay. Nobody's hurt, and he's home safe apparently. So that's fantastic. Okay. Neville Barnard has been using, I think it's an old onyx. It's an old hummingbird onyx. And he's been using it for quite a few years. And obviously he really knows the onyx well. He's comfortable with how it works. And he's really put a lot of effort into his familiarization with the product. And this is one of those cases. Let me just read what he says here. I don't want to get into a long discussion about the best fish finders. Yeah, that's always that's that whole Chevy Ford thing going on, you know. But this is the same area on 3 different units and maps. The one I made myself using AutoChart Live, that's this one in this top section here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but that's the one that he made himself. The other 2 maps are charts you can buy. One of them is Lake Master, which is very good. I really do like the Lake Master charts. Let's go through that. That's the one that he made himself using AutoChart. Guys, remember, AutoChart is the old Dr. Depth. For those of you who have been around for a really long time, you will remember Dr. Depth. The developer creator of that is Parapelin from Sweden. And he got bought out by Johnson Outdoors, and he joined the Lake Master team, and they renamed it from Dr. Depth to AutoChart. And this is the feature that Neville is using in this image here. And you can see he's put icons there. He's trying to identify where the drop-offs are, really close to the drop-offs, which is a really good strategy. But you'll see from his other images where he says it's not that accurate. He's got that one there. I don't know where that comes from. I'll be brutally honest with you. I don't recognize it. I don't know if that could be on a Lawrence unit. I'm not too sure. He's got a nice screenshot there. Guys, geez, Nandoni on those trees. Goodness me. Where's his other shot? He had another shot which I can't find now. Anyway, I think I have it over here. Let me go into my Google. turn those waypoints off. That's his auto chart that he created in this area. That's my charts. That's the FishTech charts. And this is his Lake Master. There we go. There's his Lake Master chart. I don't know why he's deleted that. That was on his page, and he was showing how inaccurate the detail is here. Now I just want to flick on and off. You see there? That's what he mapped himself. It's a very small area. It's about, I think it's a tiny little area. It's about 8 acres or so. And he went out and he realized, no, he's not happy with the contour resolution here, and he did it himself. Now, first of all, that is a brilliant idea. It really and truly is. If you see, hang on, you're out in deep water in the middle of nowhere. I mean, at this point here, he's like nearly half a kilometer offshore. And back in the day when I mapped Nandoni, I was only targeting the bass anglers. And not many bass anglers would go 500 meters out and go and fish this particular spot here. Maybe when the dam gets very low, they will, yes. But unfortunately, at the time when I did do this, we didn't scan this far out. I'll show you just now on my charts what we did scan. But as you can see, I think the point that I'm really trying to make here is look at the difference in detail between, first of all, that's my data out in the deep outside of the bass fishing area. That's what I got. In fact, let me see if I can turn that off and turn on the proper chart. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. That's what I call my official chart. That's the FishTech contour chart. And then you've got the Lake Master, and then you've got the auto chart. Now, in order for Neville to get this type of detail and accuracy, I can tell you, he drove around here with his little boat a lot to create this. And this is a very good idea. If you realize that you're mapping out in the middle, you realize the charts aren't so accurate here, I'm going to focus and do my own mapping. For the guys using Lawrence units to use the Genesis Live to do this, please remove your FishTech chart first before you start doing this. You can't use Genesis Live with the FishTech chart in the thing. It writes the card and you stand a 50% chance of corrupting it. So let's have a look. Why is my data, why is the FishTech data not so accurate here? And I'll show you why. There it is there. There's the image. Let me turn off the other imagery. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the tracks or the trails of the boat when it mapped to this area. Let me turn Neville's waypoints on. Can you see his waypoints there? There's Neville Barnard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The edge that he was targeting was on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me go to his auto chart again. You see there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what's going on with number 5 here. I don't know. But maybe there was something there that was a warning or something. But as those other waypoints there, you can see he was trying to identify drop-offs, okay, which came close to the big flat. So you've got a big flat and then you've got a drop-off, and that's what he was marking. Very good tactic to use. Are my charts accurate enough for that? If you look at his waypoints, no siree. So he was definitely doing the right thing. Why did the FishTech charts not give the same sort of detail as Neville's auto chart, that he mapped himself? Let me show you. Those were the trails that were done to map this area. For that whole area, there's basically 3 lines in a single direction, and that somehow made up that. Do you know how we do that? We use a very, very high interpolation. So what the computer does, interpolation is like a form of AI. It's artificial intelligence. It's saying, right, if that's there and that's there, very likely between the two is X. And it sort of guesses it, okay? And that is the reason why this area was so low in detail. Because it just had, in fact, if you think about it, if you put that waypoint inside there, there's really only one line going through the middle, okay? And that is not going to give you a lot of information. Between those two gaps, the computer is guessing. On this particular chart, we were using, I think it was 150 to 200 meter interpolation. That is, believe it or not, is normal. That's average. That's average to normal for charts. There's many charts out there that use up to 600 meter interpolation. Okay, that's mostly deep sea stuff, but that's just shocking. You must know how much AI is taking place there. But if you have a look here, the minute you get into this area here, which is what I considered up to about 30 foot, this is the bass zone, what I call the bass fishing zone. Here, the interpolation, we can squeeze all the way down to 22, I think it was. 30 is excellent. If you're using a maximum interpolation of 30 meters, you get extremely accurate contours. Very, very accurate contours. So, if we're getting that from there, we go to our 150, you can see from this 30-foot mark, look at the accuracy here. Incredible accuracy here. Like what Neville did when he was buzzing around here with his little boat going up and down, doing his own mapping here. You see there? That's what my boats were doing down here. Very, very, very tight interpolation. I think these passes were like 18 meters apart or something. Very, very close. Now, why is the Nandoni chart only covering for bass fishermen essentially at this point? It's because at that time, that's all we really needed. That's all. Those were my customers. My customers only really wanted the shallow water stuff, and that's it. But while we're here, I want to show you something. This area that Neville scanned out here is about, let's turn that back on, is about 8 acres, somewhere around there. If you were to drive this out yourself, the whole dam, let me tell you, you're in for a shock. Turn that off, let's turn that off, let's turn that on. See that little area there? See that? Look here. Look how small that is in relation to the whole dam. Nandoni is a big dam. It's huge. You can see all the shallow water, the bass target areas. Very, very accurate, very, very detailed. Deep water stuff, not so much. Come out here, go all the way out here, into the river, and just keep going. Down the river, 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 down the river. How long do you think it would take Neville to map that? But you see, he's not doing that. He didn't go to the dam to try and do that. That wasn't what he was after. This is where Neville was fishing. Do these guys use my data? Yes, they do. Are they aware where Lake Master got the data from? Maybe not. They got it from me. They bought the data from me during COVID. So that is why my data and the Lake Master data is so similar. But in the areas where I was using a very low interpolation, like that there, yes, Go out and go and map it yourself until such time that I go back to Nandoni and rescan it properly, because now I have carp customers. And if you use now my Loscorp chart, you use my Röderkoppis chart, you use my Albert Falls chart, you use my Midmar chart, you use my Inanda chart, these are carp charts, which means as far as you want to go, there's data, and good data for you. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys understand a little bit more about 1 foot precision contours as opposed to low interpolation, and when to use your own live mapping, like what Neville did here. Very good application for that tool. Guys, that's all for this video. It'll be interesting. I look forward to having a chat with Neville in more detail on this particular subject. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to Neville for that post, and it really helped me highlight this whole issue of interpolation value and how should charts be rated in future. Should charts have a 5-star, a star rating? 30 meter interpolation, maximum 5 stars. That's a 5-star chart. 50 meter interpolation, give it 4 stars. 100 meter interpolation, give it 3 stars. 150 meter, 2 stars. Anything over 200 meters, give it a 1 star. I think that would be a really good way of grading charts in future. So when you go online, you're going to buy a chart, go and see what the star rating is, and based on those stars you'll see what the interpolation is roughly. All my new charts now going forward, all my new charts as of end of 2023, beginning of 2024 and throughout this year, I use 5-star. 30 meter interpolation is my absolute maximum. If I don't have data to fill in after at 30 meter interpolation, I leave it out, because the minute I start increasing that interpolation, we start getting averaging, AI, artificial intelligence. So yeah, just keep an eye out and for the quality of your charts from that perspective. In fact, very strangely, this chart would actually have 2, if you think about it. If I go to the background, if I turn the track on, this area here would have a 1-star rating, maybe 1 or 2 star rating. And here in this up to 30-foot range, what I call the bass fishing range, this is very, very close. This is about 25 meter. So this will definitely have a 5-star rating here. So maybe that's another way to put on the charts. What is your star rating up to a certain depth? Like for instance, the Haribesport chart. Up to, I think it was 45 feet, it's a 5-star chart from a contour perspective. Very low interpolation. Deeper water, out in the middle of nowhere where no one ever fishes, no one ever goes, whatnot, there's some big gaps there. So that'll be 2 stars possibly. And that might be a better way of rating charts in future. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching the video, and see you on the next one.